gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. James.
Oh, word up.
Word up. I don't know how Ruben Schneider does it every day. I'm convinced that he's hacked into the back end of this YouTube, and he's first in the room every single time. And the show didn't even start.
Do you think he's a spy?
He might be. He might be.
Is he a spy for YouTube? And he's like,
could be,
you know, parading around as like that he likes us and stuff. But really,
I don't want to rule it out.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to rule it out. He wears suits a lot of places, so who knows what he does.
Right, right.
But it scares the shit out of me, but I also kind of love it, Rubes. So I'm proud of you. For the audio listeners, that's Ruben Schneider. He's the first in the room every single day on YouTube. He is a champion, a king, and a hero. He's probably second underneath Joey Chestnut in this life.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Rubes. And I want to thank you guys now to start this show. Our little company, Hard AF Seltzer, is really kicking it up a notch in the old state of Tennessee. We promised if you ordered online, we would use all that money to help get it into stores so it's cheaper and everybody can get fucking rocked. We are live in Tennessee and I believe 30 or 40 stores now. We've got 6 more to add to the mix, including a bar, including a little tiny bar in Chattanooga. Pop those up, Bob. What do we got first? Old Hickory Wine and Spirits in Old Hickory, Tennessee.
Love it. I love Old Hickory.
I love Old Hickory. Go to Old Hickory.
It's my favorite smell.
Isn't it?
Yes.
What do we got next, Bob? What do we got? Red Spirits and Wine, Nashville, Tennessee. It's right off of 70 South there. I-70 South. Yeah.
Wow.
Lovely this time of year.
Oh my, freeway living.
Yeah, it's as hot there as it is here, though, and I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Spent a few summers in Nashville, so.
Sure.
As a boy, a small boy, I did. That's real. That's real, hombre.
No, I believe it.
It's hot as hell there.
People spend time places sometimes. It
Well,
sounds pretty believable, yeah.
I didn't live there. You know, my dad, my father, my papa had custody of me in the summer, so I would go to Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty, I mean, I didn't not believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, doesn't sound like you seem like you're on my side here, okay? Just saying, James. What we got next, Bob? Flash it, brother. Joe's Liquor Store, Memphis, Tennessee. Man, that's 1681 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee. Joe's Liquor Store. Let's go. Go to Joe's if you're in the Memphis area. Now, Memphis is also close to Little Rock, Arkansas. Been there a few times. Didn't want to ever go back to Little Rock, Arkansas. But if you're in Little Rock, you can make the journey over the border. It's like 15, 20 minutes. You're good to go.
Right.
Go to Joe's Liquor Store. Get some Hard AF Seltzer. What do we got next, Bob? Bluegrass Market, 553 East Main Street, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Really having a nice, solid footprint in Hendersonville. Damn it. That's like our 4th store in Hendersonville. Let's go. What do we got next, Bobathy? Hammer it. Yeah, Jack Brown's, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, this is a bar. You and I have actually been there.
Yes.
We've been to Jack Brown's.
It's a fun little...
It is. We had burgers there. The burgers were amazing, by the way.
Yes.
It was super amped. And then we partied at, I think the bar was Pickle Bar afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Pickle Barrel. That's the name of it.
Pickle Barrel.
Pickle Barrel. Remember? On the
Love
rooftop up there?
Love it. Maybe I remember.
I enjoy the shit out of Chattanooga. I've had a lot of friends say that they eventually want to end up in Chattanooga. And I always ask them where, and they always say the same place, Lookout Mountain. And I'm like, it's great. It's beautiful there.
Sure.
Absolutely. I love Chattanooga. Fuck yeah. We've ate there. We've partied there. Go to Jack's bar and just buy out what they have and just say, hey, Jack, order some more, brother. We need that Hard AF in there. All right, Bobby, what do we got next? Bobby, 3 Sticks, Corks, Wine and Spirits.
Oh gosh, we're like all over.
Germantown, Tennessee. Corks, Wine and Spirits. Sucking on corks.
What?
What's that? I'm sorry?
What?
No. We're not sucking corks?
Oh, corks and balls?
Yeah.
Your cork and ball? Yeah.
Bobby, hit me with another one, Daddy. How many we got?
That was all.
That was it. All right, we got 6. What was it, 6?
Yep,
6, 7?
that was a hot 6.
So,
Let's get some applause for
That's
Jack's
a hot
Bar
6.
down there. There it is. Going to Jack's Bar. Get a burger. Yeah. Go get some Hard AF seltzer. Get a burger. You don't know if today's going to be your last day on earth. You might as well enjoy it like a fucking champion. God damn it.
yeah.
And the reason why I say that is we got a story first up that hits close to home.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is home. Damn it. Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Masonboro Islands. One of my favorite shows of all time. Some would say probably top 5 greatest teen dramas of all time. One Tree Hill.
Okay.
It was a girl who was a series regular named Bevan on there. Her and her husband actually live there. You can pull it up. Just type in One Tree Hill and Bevan, and you'll see her and her husband. They were partying for 4th of July on Masonboro Island, which everybody does, right?
Yeah.
Shit, we've taken boats past there numerous times. Never been on the island itself because people are raging too hard and we got kids, and it's like they can't see that.
Right.
They can't see that. Yeah, you can pop her up there.
And
on the screen.
we are guests on people's boats.
Correct.
So
we don't own them.
Yeah.
We
so
don't own them.
if you don't make the cut, if you don't get on the boat, you don't go.
Exactly.
Right?
Nick and Ashley have a boat. We go on their boat. It is
Right.
lovely.
Right.
We're not boat people. One Tree Hill is obviously one of my favorite shows, and they ended up staying there, I guess, after the series ended, her and her husband, and he was tragically struck by lightning and died on the island on the 4th of July. And when I read this story this morning, I was thinking, like, how do you tell people that happened to you? Like, there's deaths that I think about. Somebody, maybe 2 days ago or 3 days ago on one of these shows, was asking me about, like, I think it was yesterday's show. How do you want to die? They were like, how do you want to die? And do you want to know and everything else? And I was like, man, I don't know, but I want it to be I think this is what I said. I want it to be in a way where at least I went out like a champ, you know?
Uh-huh.
How do you describe to people that your husband died by getting struck by lightning? Because that old adage has been there forever, right? If you get struck by lightning, it's like, well.
Yeah, and a lot of people live still. So, like,
Yeah.
it's not
And that was the only person, by the way.
just right down on him.
Correct. Wild, right?
Jeez.
Like, so what I was thinking about on the drive over here is, what if you were coming in to do the show today and you were like, hey, Ross died.
Right.
And he was struck by lightning.
Well, I've already got practice with it, so it would be a
Sure, but it wasn't
way.
lightning, you know?
It would be a cooler way.
Yeah.
Where I could just be like, guys, you know what I mean?
Is it though? Because being struck by lightning invokes like an emotion of like, oh, that guy deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the first thing you think of.
I know.
Weird
Like,
to
now
say.
I'm wondering, like, were they really religious? Like, what
I don't know.
happened?
I don't know. It's terrible though. He was only 33 years old. He was like a tech guy, and it's a horrible story. But on the way over, I was thinking, man, how do you explain that death to people? That's one of those ones that's so weird, where it's like, I'm a widow. How did your husband die? Well, he was struck by lightning, and everybody's like, oh.
I probably wouldn't say, and I would let, like, everyone else.
We could explain it through like an
Say it.
animation, probably,
Yeah.
for the show. Make content out of it.
Struck
Oh,
by
we would-
for
look,
us, yes. But
Different story, right?
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
For us, we'd make fucking T-shirts like Lightning Day. You
Well,
know?
we wouldn't be doing anything, right, Ross?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, no, you're right. We would take it
Yeah.
to the next level. It
T-shirts that would say like "God of Thunder." Guess not.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
though, like, Rostradamus, I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Couldn't predict his own death.
Like, the show, the subscribers would just
Subscribers,
shoot
merchandise, like we would be able to max this out. But for a normal person walking around in the world, how do you explain that to people? Because
Sure.
immediately you're like, oh,
Right,
shit.
right.
That's a rough one for me. Kind of like the Dwayne Haskins one, where it was a dump truck walking down the highway.
Yeah.
Like, what do you say?
Yeah.
I mean, he's famous as shit, so like and you're like, well, all right, I got hit by a dump truck, but even
Right.
that one's hard to describe.
Right. Another one over the weekend would be not hard to describe, but it's kind of weird. This dad got saved from drowning by his 10-year-old twins.
Oh.
Are you
Like
serious?
I just caught this kind of, oh, what? Was there something else?
Oh, no, I didn't expect that to be the direction we were going in. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say, like, he's one of the 10 people that die every year of fireworks.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, there was, I'm sure, a bunch of those. But look, that's bound to happen, right? It's a lot easier to explain, right?
Yeah.
Drunken fireworks on the 4th. So this guy was drowning. Well, here's how it first went. I caught this on the morning news.
Okay, where is this, by the way? I'm looking at their picture.
So this is here, isn't it?
Oh, no shit. It was in Austin? Okay.
No.
Alabama.
There you go.
Alabama.
Close.
So they were, I saw it on the
right.
local news because it was just like such a big thing. So this guy, his kids were playing, 10-year-olds, in the pool. He likes to do underwater meditation, breathing exercises, okay?
Why do people do that?
But just listen to this, it's going to go along.
Okay, so that makes sense that you confused it with Austin.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's a very Austin thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he's under there. He said he's saying the Lord's Prayer, guys.
While he's drowning?
No, so it's like just a calming thing he does. He goes underwater, holds his breath,
Okay.
and says the Lord's Prayer.
Back to Alabama. Yes.
Back to Alabama, right?
Yeah.
And then the Lord was like, I'm going to kill you. Do you know what I mean? So he doesn't remember saying the end of the prayer and just went out. His kids jumped in, 10-year-old twins, dragged him, 185 pounds, to the side, did CPR from the Sandlot. Like they didn't even know how to do CPR.
They knew it from Wendy Peppercorn?
Yes. And I was like,
So
come on. And
were they expecting their dad to French kiss them?
he was, right? They were like, ew. He's just, oh yeah, maybe they were like, Sandlot.
Yeah,
He's just
that's how
joking,
you know
right?
that's how you know it worked.
Yeah, he's going to start kissing us in a
Right.
second. Jesus was standing behind them, though, too.
Jesus took the wheel.
So, my question, no offense to anyone, right? What
No,
you
you
believe.
should be very offensive to this man.
Okay, so whatever you believe is what you believe, right?
Sure. Love is love.
But would you still kind of believe in God if you were doing your underwater meditation, saying the Lord's Prayer, he tried to kill you under there, right during the prayer? Just,
Yeah.
how would you feel about it after?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
I often ask that question when there's thoughts and prayers and then people end up dying. It was like, was that not good enough? Or
Right.
when a football team beats the other team and it was like, man,
Yeah,
all power to God. Well, God didn't hate the other team.
right.
Or maybe he did. I don't know. I don't have any info or insight into him.
But do you say, because here's the dilemma in there, because like Jesus was standing behind the boys,
Sure.
so they said,
Okay.
to save him,
Right.
but the Lord was also in the pool killing their dad.
Feels like a
Right.
problem created and solved by God.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like he was just fucking with you guys a little bit, right?
Yeah. Was God bored?
He just kind of wanted to traumatize the kids,
Yeah.
teach the dad a lesson.
Sure.
Well, you
Fun
know,
stuff.
he doesn't tell atheists to stab their sons in the heart, right? He tells Abraham to do it. So
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Wild.
true.
Wild. I mean, I guess you just need to have more kids at that point then, you know? If you're going to do shit like that. Because he's going to black out underwater again, you know?
Yeah.
This is going to keep happening for
Well-
years and years. You might as well Elon Musk it
Right.
and just have 90 of them just in case something happens to you. And you have a fun, flirty hobby that you wanna save yourself from occasionally,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Elon is on his 9th kid as of today, by the way.
Yes.
Number 9, lucky number 9.
Little known
Nobody says that.
fact. Some of them they're
no, 8 and 9.
8 and 9, they're twins, correct. So this is his 8th and 9th, Bob. I counted both of them equally. I mean, they're separate, but equal, obviously. And I'm starting to wonder why people want to have this many kids. Because Nick Cannon's doing the same thing.
yes. It's
He has enough money to handle this many kids. I don't think Nick Cannon does.
No. Nick Cannon's got that Mariah Carey money. Don't forget about it. He got a nice settlement from her.
but it's something weird that makes you want to do that. right?
Yes.
It's something weird
It's
in
deeper.
you.
It's deeper than just being able to afford it.
With different moms and,
Yep.
do you know what I mean? There's one thing, some Mormon stuff, some modern day Mormon stuff where they have a bunch of kids, fine. But this idea, like the Nick Cannon and Musk of it, where it's like, are you trying to repopulate the world?
He says he is, and he says that we should have more kids. Everybody should have more kids and all this stuff. Elon Musk said that, right?
Shut up.
Dead serious. And that's what's fucking weird to me. But there is people out there that do that type of shit all the time. Remember that Sperminator guy who had like 1,000 children out in the world? You think your seed is so important that there needs to be more of you out into the world where you're like, all right, great. I need 12.
Oh, the doctors that.
Is he a doctor or was he just banging ladies?
No. So those kind of things are from sperm banks back in the day or infertility places. And I think it's less of a God complex and more of a like, you really want it to work. You know that it will with yours, right? So you want to, boast that you have the biggest success rate of fertility at your practice, right? You know yours is working.
Sure.
The dad's isn't. That's
Yeah.
why they're there, right? It's either the woman or the dad, sperm, whatever. So
I think Musk is more of like a tycoon family situation. He just wants to be like the Vanderbilts one day.
yeah, I think
Maybe.
so too. I think Cannon is more of like a weird
Culty
like a
type of guy. Pop up this
kink.
chick here. That he had the 2 kids with. Okay.
And so this is a new one?
Yeah, this is the new one. She's the one that's having twins. So she's the one that got 8 and 9 right there. Boom. Yeah.
Picture they chose of him.
Oh yeah. They always.
Really want him to look like an overlord, some kind of.
Yeah, they always do
creep.
that to him. Homegirl though, that looks like just a normal girl, right?
Yeah.
Not a celebrity to my knowledge. I think she might have worked
She
at
definitely-
Tesla, right?
She definitely looks like she works at Tesla. I was just going to say that. I was just going to. Some kind of techie.
Maybe. Kevin motherfucking Walters said, or is Elon just giving back and paying women to birth his kids? Who knows? Because you got to pay that money. So with Nick Cannon,
This is a really effective wealth spreading.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
because with Nick Cannon, who just doesn't give a fuck about anything and can get away with it somehow, even his hatred towards Jews, it's super fucking weird. But whatever. He said, as soon as Mariah Carey walked out that door, I knew how much money. Like, I'd never have to work again the rest of my life.
Right.
So he knew, right? It's got to be the same way with Musk, where it's like, all right, thank God, dude. Just birth these children, make sure they're healthy, and I can collect checks for the rest of my life and not have to worry about anything. The other part of this is maybe they end up like Musk and they create something fucking cool for the world.
Right.
I don't know what possible talent Nick Cannon could offer the world. Musk, I'm kind of fine with.
Right.
Let's get the genius brain out there, and maybe one of these, 1 out of 9, 2 out of 9, ends up being a genius.
Right.
With Nick Cannon, just have a bunch of fucking retards running around all over the world with turbans on, and you're like, man, what is this, dude? What are we doing here? You know?
R words? Why are they R words?
Who knows, dude?
Maybe, and this is just a guess, Nick Cannon is creating his own drumline.
Oh, don't worry. Bob will trump you.
Yeah.
Now,
I love Drumline. Let me take that
great.
back about Nick Cannon. I liked one thing he did, and it was Drumline.
right.
I worked with him. I worked with him at MTV. And I just, the whole thing, dude,
that would
doesn't
be-
make any sense.
That would be another thing, too, if he did Wild and Out and it's just his fucking whole family versus people.
Yeah.
The Cannon family just dunking on everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Although you don't see him too much with the kids after the fact. So I think, so I've heard, it's some kind of weird kink.
Yeah.
And like you have to
Yeah.
deal with the consequences of it. Kind of.
What's the
you're
kink?
there just impregnating.
Oh, that.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no,
I
but that's more
can't-
of like a God complex. You want to create, you think you're that awesome, where it's like Musk, I understand. He is.
Right.
Like, he's a genius. Nick Cannon, not so much.
Right.
I did love Drumline, though, and I don't want to take that away from him.
Sure.
Did enjoy Drumline. Everything else he's done, including the show that I did with him, was just it was just mediocre, you know?
Yeah.
So, whatever. But the guy that I'm thinking of, I think we did this story maybe 2 or 3 years ago on this show. Bob, look him up. He's from Texas. And his whole background was he wanted to knock up all these women, and he says he prefers to do it naturally. And you and I got a
sperm bank guy or no?
Yeah, no, not the sperm bank guy. There was another guy who was donating his sperm, but he liked to do it the proper way, he said. And he said, I would really prefer that we have sex together in order to create these babies. And it's a dude from Texas. You and I did this story maybe 2 or 3 years ago. See if you can find him. He was kind of like a wiry guy. And he was fun, like he was affable. He gave a great interview about it too, where I was just like, oh, all right, maybe he's in on the joke.
So he was a doctor?
He was not a doctor. He was just a dude. He was just a man, same as me, you know?
Okay.
Just dropping loads in people and having babies.
Sure.
But when they stopped him, like they finally were like, they put an end to it. And he had said, well, you know, I prefer to do it the natural way. Look, I'm happy to go to the sperm bank, but I prefer to do it the natural way. And I applauded him.
Yeah.
It was about 3 years ago on the show, I think.
Yeah.
We were in
okay.
Wilmington, in the Wilmington days.
Okay.
And he was a normal looking dude where it was like, yeah, all right, I could see
Did he have
him.
like a hog or something?
I think so. And you and I were trying to,
started with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a fucking ding dong on him, you know?
That's a test for Bob right now.
To find this guy?
this
I'm not.
description.
I found this dude in L.A.
Okay. Pull him up.
That's
But what's his stitch? That might be him.
his name's Kyle. Is pretty normal.
Yeah. Oh, was he the one that prefers to do it naturally?
I mean, that's what the headline says. Sperm donor who calls himself a modern-day Jesus claims he only has sex when donating, never for pleasure.
There you go. That's exactly the guy. Okay. I think he was originally from Texas and moved to L.A. after that. L.A.'s a big sperm bank donor town.
Right.
And that's Boomtown right
That's
there.
a good place to do it. A lot of there actually might be nowhere else on earth with so many beautiful and so many poor people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like so many beautiful people desperate for money.
Yeah.
My 2019, yes.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And weirdly, like a lot of.
But he doesn't do it for pleasure, you know, and I like that.
You're right.
You know, that is, it's purely for the lady, and I like that a lot about him.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me, you know, to hear that he just doesn't, this isn't for me, baby.
Sure.
I've got to just get you pregnant because that's what Jesus wanted me to do, was just go out and pull your pants down and obviously have sex with you and not pull out, not for pleasure,
Sure.
but for Jesus.
Right.
And then it makes all the sense, you know?
Yeah.
Then I can get behind it.
Yeah.
I can really get behind this guy. By the way, I just read all the reviews this morning for that Thor movie. Man, they were really unkind.
Well.
Haters gonna hate.
Bob, I challenge you to find a good one. I'm going to go. So I have the option this weekend because I usually take the kids, love to go to the movies. We got one right by our house, and you go and sit, eat, drink at the bar and all that stuff. It's fun. So we usually go once a week, and I said, hey, you've got the option. Go see Minions or Thor. And they were all in on Gru.
Yeah.
The Rise of Gru.
Yeah.
But not Thor. And I was like, all right, cool. I was trying to sway him initially because the Thor trailer I thought looked pretty good. And then the reviews came out and they were like, this is a mess. Just a goddamn mess.
Who's super into Thor? Is it you, Bob?
Well, the first two Thors were terrible, but then Thor 3, which I believe is Dan's favorite Marvel movie, right?
Ragnarok,
Yeah.
Really?
It's excellent. It's hilarious.
So who directed this one?
You're right. I saw,
Yeah,
I saw the second one. He's a good director too. But apparently the story's kind of all over the place. It's like a rom-com, they said?
I think he's new to the Marvel. Is it Marvel?
No,
This
he
is his
did
second Marvel
Really?
director. Like, this is the second time he's directed
he
a
did
Marvel movie.
Black Panther, right?
No.
No.
What did
He
he
did
do?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Oh, the one before.
He's done Jojo Rabbit, you know.
Yeah,
obviously not Marvel.
He's a great director.
What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah, all that stuff.
He's a great director. But yeah, so after that, I was like, all right, Minions it is. Let's go. The Rise of Gru.
Right.
Made $1 gajillion, so there's going to be another one. I didn't know there was 5 of those fucking things.
Of the Minions?
Yeah. I'm
People
new.
love
I'm new
him.
to the Minion world.
Do you know there's like a group of guys that are like the bronies of Minions that go to Minion movies?
Oh, yeah,
dressed
yeah.
in
Yeah.
Suits and stuff.
Yeah, and they're all dressed in suits.
Do we? Yeah.
And so in the
You
article
showed
I
me
read about
that.
the box office, they got all these people dressed up in suits going to see him.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
they said that helped with the marketing campaign for the studio, where they were like, man, people were just out posting like memes about the rise of Gru and then taking videos of themselves dressed up in full
Yeah.
suits like Beatles.
Yeah.
Black suits, and then going in there into the theater, which I'm kind of stoked about.
I wanted to do that with cats.
Yeah.
Ironically, obviously. But I thought that would be a fun little.
You missed your opportunity.
I really did.
You missed your
I
opportunity.
really did.
That
You
was-
have to have friends to do that kind of stuff.
That was Taylor Swift's movie debut,
Was it?
I think so. I think it was Cats.
Oh no.
It was the first one where you're like,
First and last.
you'll probably never go back to acting, right?
Yeah.
After that, what do you do?
Yeah.
So it's not. She popped up in something else though yesterday. The new Christian Bale movie came out. Show Jesse Christian Bale from this movie. It's called Amsterdam. It looks like he weighs 120 pounds again. He's gonna die in like an hour. There's no way to continue this pace
Right.
for every single movie.
And he was just in the Thor movie as like the villain.
Oh yeah. That's right. Well,
Oh, all juiced up?
isn't that coming out? Yeah, it's coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll juice up. Show this picture to Jesse.
Okay.
I mean, that's the machinist.
Again, why does he have to? Does the character call for it?
So in the trailer, it
I
says
could see him doing it.
a
just
lot of this
to do it.
happened that is true. It's called, the title of the movie is hilarious. It's called Dead White Man in a Box.
Love it. It is or no?
It is, yeah.
Love it.
So
The trailer looks awesome.
there was a title card in the middle of the trailer that just said a lot of what happened is true.
Okay.
A lot of it. So I'm assuming this is based on a real guy, but man, if I see this script roll past my desk and they ask me to drop down to 120 again, I would say no, I'm going to die. He's going to die doing this shit.
Yeah, but he can do it. So he probably juiced up
Yeah, for
Thor.
Thor, yeah, and then
and
came
then
down.
just got off the juice.
But to go down to that weight, fuck, that's intense.
I think he does his best work at that weight. There's got to be something.
Oh,
Honestly, though.
man, that's a great question. Does he?
Did he
And
win his
he's-
Oscar for The Fighter?
Yeah, did he?
Yes, and he was super methed out skinny
Yeah.
for that.
Wait,
too.
Did he win for that?
I think he did.
Fact check.
Can
that.
you check that? I mean,
Yeah, what did Bale win
he
his
could have
Oscar
been
for?
he could have been snubbed for sure, but
He's always snubbed. He's always the best there is. It just depends on who's up against him that year and if they
Right.
feel like giving it to Bale.
right. Problematic Bale.
It's him and DDL, and those two can't be beat, but DDL's retired.
Yeah.
He won Best Supporting Actor for The Fighter,
Yep.
was
Okay.
nominated for Best Actor for American Hustle, again supporting for Big Short, just nominated, and was nominated for Vice for Best Actor, but didn't.
He
well,
was
there we
fat and
go.
two, skinny and two
Yep.
others. Like,
Yep.
he's that good.
Also, I guess in his Thor movie, he's not juiced up.
All right.
No, he's kind of like a creepy demon type of guy.
Oh, okay.
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 All right. So he doesn't have a weight class that he's defined to, which is nice.
I bet if you talk to him, he does his best work when he's like starving. Do you know what I mean?
I had a buddy who used to work for Terrence Malick here, like intern, because Terrence Malick is here.
Yeah.
And
He's everywhere, Rob.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was working on one of the two movies that came out like a decade ago after Tree of Life, and Christian Bale was in one of them, whatever. And he had to drive Christian Bale to the airport as an intern or whatever. And Pumped Up Kicks was on the radio.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale just like super went, and he's like, this song's about Columbine, right? And he just like goes into Columbine and shit like that.
Oh,
Just-
so he's a fucking weirdo.
yeah. But he was just like, he was like really into it. Like he wasn't like dark about it. He was just like, oh, yeah, all these references and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I just love him.
Yeah.
Shit like that, though, would make me love him more. You know what I mean?
Just living with it would be a nightmare. We've talked about this before, but this morning, David Harbour from Stranger Things, the sheriff,
Yes.
he came out and was just like, method acting is bullshit. Doesn't fucking work. Doesn't make the work any better. All these people are fucked. And I just,
I'll let you finish.
Well, in the comments section.
Can
'Cause
I finish?
I had to chime in when I was just like, you can tell that to DDL's 3 Oscars.
Right. So the only way that we would listen to something like that, which I do want someone to say that, right? I do want someone to come out and say, like, it's not necessary, but it has to be someone good. And
It's pretty good.
from Stranger Things?
Yeah. The sheriff?
Yeah, he's okay.
David Harbour's pretty good.
He's
yeah.
fine, but he's not like at a caliber that you can come out and say method acting is bullshit.
Yeah, no, he's pretty much himself, no?
Yeah.
He's
he-
just
he pretty much
himself.
is.
He's never been like that great in anything. He's just sort of like him, right?
I mean, he's the type of guy who, like, he's a good actor for sure. Like, he's not a shitty actor. He was good on, like, Saturday Night Live, for example.
Sure.
But, like, he's pretty much, like, playing a lovable character, and that character, like, the writing is kind of what
He doesn't
plays
have
a
a
big
lot
part
of
in it.
range.
Yeah.
Right. Like he wouldn't, he's not getting any of the auditions or scripts, let's say,
Right.
that DDL, even Leto. So it's kind of, once again, one of those like,
Yeah, he has roles written for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody's asked you to the party that you're saying is bullshit, right? Like nobody's invited you.
You need, like, Tom Hanks to come out.
Yes, and be like, look, you can do this work without completely ruining your personal life, right?
Sure.
But it needs to be someone at a caliber that we would listen to.
I wouldn't mind it if they just didn't bother me on set or I never had to talk to them. Like, I think that would be fine. I'm one of those people, I don't need the interaction. Like, if somebody's good, they're good, and you just want the project to be good as a whole. So if somebody was method acting, I'd be like, that's cool,
sure.
man. Just get I just don't want to hang out with you.
Oh, no, I would like it to not hurt anyone except for your body and your personal relationships. Like,
The only time I was jealous was I wish I could have gone to breakfast with DDL when he was Abraham Lincoln.
right, when he would go in and have his
The
pancakes
dry pancakes,
bone dry every day.
bone dry,
Yeah.
bone dry.
Yep.
That's the only thing I've ever been jealous of because as an actor, like if I was an ally of Abraham Lincoln, whoever that would be, Ulysses S. Grant or whoever it was, off the cuff, no idea if that's even the same time frame. Yeah, pop that picture up one more time. I could show this every day and never get sick of it. Somebody snapped this photo of him just sitting having breakfast as Lincoln in a real goddamn town. Like this isn't on set. This is in a real restaurant in a town. And I love it. And I could see this every day and talk about it. Now, that 1,000-yard stare he's giving, I wish it was to me and I was sitting next to him or across from him and I was able to have the conversation with him because he would have to stay in character as Abraham Lincoln and I would ask him about the Emancipation Proclamation and everything else, like, hey, I want your thoughts because he's not going to leave. He's not going to exit character, right? He's got to talk to you about what his plan is as president of the United States to abolish slavery. Like, I need to know that.
Right.
I need to know it. And I think that would have been the greatest conversation of my life.
Now, how do you think Tommy Lee Jones felt? Because they were in this movie together.
right.
Tommy
boy.
Lee Jones, who hates everything.
Totally. And just showed up to set like this motherfucker, right?
I've got a sweet one about Tommy Lee Jones, and I'll let it live. Clayne Crawford is coming out. He's starring in a new movie with Tommy Lee Jones as we speak.
Oh, okay.
And he has an awesome
Yes.
awesome
Yes.
story about Tommy
Yes,
Lee Jones. I told you.
Yes. But nothing makes me more uncomfortable than method acting.
Yeah.
Thinking about,
If you're good though, wouldn't you put up with it?
oh no, you put up with it. I mean, they got the job. That's how they work, whatever. But nothing would makes me more uncomfortable than having to have a conversation with someone that is method acting.
I would just walk
Call
away.
me by the character name. Like all of that shit is just, it's hard. Again, it's too sincere for a person like me.
Freaky student.
Freaky student, yeah.
Didn't we talk about casting someone, a method actor we hate, in a role that's just insane, just to fuck with their lives?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
just to see, and
Like-
make them do,
You cast Jared Leto as like a man who only eats his own poop.
yeah.
You know?
Really push him to the limit.
Yeah.
That'd be a blast.
Can't hire Shia because he's already done it,
He's
right?
gotta-
Like he's fine with it. It needs to be someone like Leto.
Cast Jared Leto with girls that his own age that he has to fuck.
Ooh, he wouldn't do it.
Better, like he only fucks like the old and infirm. You know what I mean? It's just a man sexually attracted to geriatrics.
Yeah. And then he can only get off.
Yeah, you have to do it to completion.
Changing the diaper, something with like a diaper. Like we just keep going for the yeah. And then when he doesn't like go method on that one, we out him totally on it, and we're like, oh, you can like hold up the production for hobbling to the bathroom, right? So you're not really method.
As a director, I'd love just to tell him, hey man, there's an old man with a full diaper full of shit back there.
Yep.
Get started, Jared. We're shooting in 2, all right?
Yep. Take all the time you need, right? Like they don't give him shit for holding him up or anything. Take all the time you need, buddy. This is your time.
God damn it. Do you believe we have sponsors who pay for this shit? I mean, for us to talk like this every day, it's crazy at this point. But we do. Ghostbed.com/drinking bros. This is pull the sheet off weather down here in Texas.
Sure.
Just lay on the cooling mattress, lay on the cooling pillow. No, the sheets are gone at this point. It's 180 here, so it's 15 degrees cooler on these goddamn mattresses in the pillows. I'm not really sure how they do it. I know they've got the cooling technology and everything else that's in the ad read, but it's real. And man, the other night I just pulled off the pillowcase and just laid on that goddamn thing.
You have to.
Whew. Big fan of ghostbed.com/drinking bros. They got everything you need in that store. They got sheets, pillows, mattresses, adjustable bases. The weighted blanket, I don't have it, and I refuse to get it, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie and say I do. I don't have it. I don't want to sleep for 14 hours. That's what everybody says.
Right.
I said it's amazing.
We can't. Like, as soon as I'm able to do it, I'm getting it. Like, if you have the kind of life that you don't need to get up for humans.
Yeah.
Or, like, small humans.
Then you're good.
If they're, like, older.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Meh.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's on them at that point.
Yeah, but I get it.
Get it.
If you can sleep, do sleep.
And if you can get the bundle package for 40% off with the adjustable base and the mattress combined, get that as well. Right now, I looked on their site, I think yesterday or the day before. They've got that 3D Matrix mattress that is 50% off there, and that thing is the jam. Get the deals while you can. It's hot as hell outside. Might as well cool inside and watch the world burn outside. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. We're at the bottom of the page. They got a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. And, if you combine it with all the deals that I mentioned, walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Next up, we got Lucy.co. Look, we're all adults here. Okay? Some of us choose to use nicotine to relax, unwind, or just focus, get a little pop in the day. Lucy.co has got you covered. Lucy.co. Whoopsie.
And Juul's going away.
Juul's out. They're gone.
I think
they're banned.
Ultimately, all of those things are going to be gone.
Probably.
So if you do like nicotine, you like using it like an adult, however you want, do that.
Bunch of friends use
Get on the Lucy train early.
They're huge, and it's something that's it's better than smoking. I'm not going to say any names, Jack Mandeville, but it's a lot better than Jack Mandeville smoking. My God, man, I don't know how he does it in this heat.
Or vaping,
pop in a lozenge or a gum from Lucy.co. I don't get it.
You can be more discreet about it. Nobody's going to be like, oh, do you even vape, bro? Or the smell, the whole stigma.
Yeah. There was, we moved out of the old building, so we had to turn the keys into the landlord. Now, this one we own, so we can fuck it up and do whatever we want, and it doesn't matter. But they had asked me to clean up a couple things. Shit, Nick, I've got a couple things for you. I'm sorry. But one of the things where they were like, hey, is somebody going to clean up all these cigarette butts out here? And I was like, none of us smoke. It was a homeless person.
Right.
It's a homeless person who's been smoking out there. And I was like, it's a problem in downtown Austin. Occasionally they'll show up. The homeless person was Jack Mandeville, and I just didn't feel like cleaning up the cigarettes.
He has a home.
Yeah. Well, there's 98 cigarette butts out there, and I'm like, God damn, Jack, you're going to die, dude. I love you. Switch to Lucy.co. And if you're out there, I've got to say this warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. It is. Nothing I can do about that. Remember, if you're interested in a better way to use nicotine, visit lucy.co and be sure to use that promo code Nooners. It's Nooners at lucy.co. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Order it right to your doorstep. 41 states. All the money's going back in so we can get it in stores and make it cheap. It's cheap in Tennessee. It's normal price there. So you can go bug fuck, get 12 packs. Normally priced. New flavors are coming out soon, probably in about 60 days. So get these while you still can. We're shipping to 41 states. Tennessee is off the board. Once we go live in your state, you're off the board at that point, and it's good. Hopefully, we have 0 states left at the end of this fucking thing because we're in every single grocery store and liquor store there is. So we're looking forward to that. We're down to 41 states. We'll ship right to your house. Go to hardafseltzer.com today. 8%, no carbs, no sugar, no gluten if you give a shit about that. But all the goddamn fun, huh? Jerry Harris from Cheer. Your boy got 12 years in jail.
My boy.
You love that guy.
Bro, dude, I did.
Yeah? You
I
watched the
did.
shit out of Jerry Harris.
I did.
Child molester. Child molester. Pornography.
Yeah.
12 years he got. That would be like if I loved Jared Fogle and I was always watching Jared Fogle every day and then I was like, oh, I didn't know.
It's not.
No.
You know what it's like,
What's
actually. There's a real comparison to this.
Please.
It's like, say you're a 12-year-old girl. The year is 2009, and this hot new show on Fox starts playing.
Okay.
Called Glee.
Yeah.
And you love that bad boy with the mohawk. You got his poster on your wall.
Oh, fuck.
Sure.
I forgot
Sure.
about that guy.
Sure.
Isn't it weird how you could get famous and go to prison for something horrible and you get a shit ton of years and you never think about that person anymore ever again? Did he kill himself?
Yeah.
Or he did.
He killed himself, I think, like right after the trial or something like that.
Smart. You don't want to go to prison as a chomo,
I mean,
you know?
Peyton, I hate to read your $139.99.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he said, I'm just going to leave this here. So I thought it would be nice if we sandwich him right in between pedo stores, right?
What's his name?
You're welcome. Peyton Lockwood. You're welcome. This is where you wanted to be, bud. But yeah, so
Peyton
look, the ages,
Pedo Lockwood.
the ages were different. We're like, wasn't Jerry like just 20 or 19 or something? And the kids were
I think
13?
he was 22 years old, yeah.
Was he
Either way.
22?
Yeah, either way, the kids were fucking
No, I know.
13 years old, dude.
I know.
He's fucking touching dongs.
I know.
They had the two
I wanted
dudes.
to know the exact ages, though.
They had the 2 dudes who came in. Well, the ages of the kids are him.
At the time, the ages
well,
of him and the kids.
So I saw the kids
I think
yesterday.
it was 19 and 13.
The kids did an interview yesterday after the sentencing,
Right.
and they were now 16. It happened when they were 13.
Yes.
So, not sweet.
And he's now what? How old is he now?
22. So,
It happened when he was
19.
19.
Yeah, 19 and 13. That's still.
For sure it is.
Yeah.
For sure it is. They both have a teen.
I completely get it.
Anyways, no.
James, that's a long 6 years. You know?
No. Believe me, it was horrible. But yes, it was horrible.
I'll be cheering in prison, you know?
He is, I actually.
Probably.
He's like being super positive in there. But
is he really?
how long did he get?
12 years.
12 years, yeah.
12 years, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was horrible. Like the interviews with the kids and stuff.
Oh,
It was
fuck
just
yeah.
using his fame, which I'm sure happens a lot.
It's weird to say, though, as like Jerry from Cheer was
I know.
that famous, where you're just like,
I know,
really?
but he was.
That's the guy that you're blasting dick pics to?
He was, dude.
What I couldn't figure out was where the 13-year-old, did you see him on the news with me yesterday?
No, but I saw like all the interviews and documentaries.
It was 2 white
and
kids,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
2 like 13-year-old white kids. Did they want to be male cheerleaders and they looked
yes.
up to him? Got
so,
it. Okay.
so they had actually met before he was, I think, famous. They had met him at a cheer camp.
Ah.
And he was like, he's Jerry at the cheer camps or whatever. And then just slowly progressed to completely kind of grooming them. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was
That's
grooming
what
them.
you do.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
So
grooming
it was
him.
horrible.
Man. Sorry, that's your boy. I know you really love that show, and it meant a lot to you.
Stop.
It was, Jesse. Every time I came home, that was on, or Desperate Housewives of some form.
I don't watch Desperate Housewives.
What the fuck is it
I
called?
watch Real.
Oh, that's it. The Real Housewives, yeah.
They're not
Jesus
desperate.
Christ. Man.
They're rich.
No, they're not. They're not. You've got to live
The
up
Beverly
to that.
Hills ones are.
Now, once you got to get a few seasons under your belt.
No.
First episodes, you get 10 grand. That's
No,
it.
but they were rich before that. You can't be on the Beverly Hills one
Well,
without having
you never
money.
know.
The New York one, you can't OC. You can be
Remember,
poor.
who was homegirl from Beverly Hills? That's she had the old man lawyer husband.
Yeah, Erica Jane.
Yeah, and he stole a bunch of money from victims' families.
Yeah, but
Bunch of
she had all
Indonesians.
the money.
Well,
She was rich. You know what I'm saying?
it went to her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Did she
in order to-
disappear? Or is she out there anymore?
No, she's still doing the show.
No fucking way.
Yeah. I don't know.
Plain
I
sight.
just signed papers. I don't know what I'm signing. Thankfully, like the women, before that was empowered. She took care of herself. She had her own money and her own life. And then as soon as there's a problem, I don't know anything. I just sign. Money's put into my account. I don't know. And you're like, oh,
By the way, Peyton Lockwood just gave another $69.99, and he says, "Okay, that could have been timed better." I thought the timing
I thought it was
great.
perfect,
Peyton
bud.
Lockwood.
I thought it was perfect, bud.
Somebody's saying there's breaking news that James Caan just died. Is
Yeah, I
that
was
true?
about to chime in with that. James Caan
No
dead
way,
at
dude.
82.
No.
Fuck.
Legend.
Lejeune, dude. Damn it. Jimmy Caan, huh? Fuck. He's one of the only people, by the way, fun fact, to ever live at the Playboy Mansion. He lived there with Hef.
Of course he did.
They were best friends, and
Of
he was going
course
through a
he did.
divorce. And Hef doesn't let anybody stay there, and he let James Caan stay there. Which, how fun is your life then at that point, you know? Because he wanted to help him get over this divorce. You know what's wild is I haven't seen him in a few years. He was one of those ones like Gene Hackman and those guys who just stepped away where they're like, all right, let's let everybody remember me for how
Yes.
great I was, and that's kind of it. I even enjoyed, because he was on the show Las Vegas. Did you ever see that with Josh Duhamel?
No.
You never saw it?
I didn't watch it. I maybe saw like one.
Okay. He was on that, and it was like, it was cheesy and fun and like, you know, over the top, and they were kind of like doing like surveillance shit together. And he was in that, and even he was good in that. I was just like, all right, great, let's do it.
Right.
Let's do it.
What happened?
What was his last
He's
series? Do you
82.
know?
What happened? He's 82.
He's
Just being 82? Yeah.
He's 82.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Jeez. Con, a life hard lived. You know what I mean?
Pull up his IMDb, Bob. Let's see what
Hard
his last things were.
I'm grabbing it right
'Cause
now.
I would be shocked if he's got anything in post production.
He's got one thing in post production. 2 were quote unquote announced, so I'm guessing he's not going to be in those anymore. Fast Charlie.
It's going to be a new
Come on,
announcement, Bob. Bob,
Come
you're
on,
better
Bob.
than that, Bob.
Come on, Bob.
You're better than that.
Let's give
okay?
him a little bit more respect.
Yeah, that's James Caan. Let's put some respect on his name. Damn it.
Fast Charlie, that's what it
Yeah,
Is in
one
post?
last mob movie based on the crime novel Gun Monkeys,
sure.
which I like way better than Fast Charlie.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
Why can't we call it that?
It's an aging mob boss is whacked. Charlie Swift, a loyal friend and hired gun, will stop at nothing to bring down the new crew coming up that took him out. So James Caan is, I would assume, the mob boss that gets whacked or something.
Sure.
Okay. Any good cast or no?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan,
Oh, shit.
James Caan. Otherwise, it's a
The
lot
late
of
great. Yeah.
The late great.
yeah. Otherwise, it's a lot of like character actors and stuff like that.
So he was 82 years old?
Uh-huh.
Man, Ringo Starr just turned 82 today. Why couldn't they have taken Ringo?
They won't ever.
Ringo is going to live. What do you think? Ringo comes in at 100, 104?
He's gonna be the last Beatle.
He's
Yeah.
going to be the last person on Earth.
And it's going to suck, dude.
He's going to be the last person on
When
Earth.
he's the last Beatle, it's going to be fucking bullshit,
Oh my
dude.
God.
I'm going to be
'cause
so
it's-
pissed off about it.
We all live in a...
That's when he's gonna start. He's gonna go fucking. As soon as Paul's dead and
Full.
no one
He's
can
gonna go
refute
full
him,
tour.
He is going to take a hold of that Beatles narrative.
Yeah. and he's
it's gonna
going
get fucking weird.
he's going to
Yeah, he's
tour
going to have
everywhere.
like new music too that
Yeah.
people will listen to now because you got to
he's-
see a Beatle,
gotta
right?
see
You
a
got to
Beatle.
come see a Beatle, and then he's going to just like remixes of
God
Yellow
forbid
Submarine.
we don't see the last Beatle. And it's going to be Ringo out there singing the songs. You know he sings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know he does that. I know he does it.
Not well.
Sure, he
but
does
he
it.
does it. And
Does it.
he's going to say, hey, guys, I can do the whole catalog. You know it.
I don't know if he can.
He can't, but he will.
Sure.
They're going to back up the truck and be like, all right, there's one Beatle left.
Yeah.
We're going to pay Ringo. Get him out there. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that's why McCartney dropped all those documentaries left and right. Because he was like, all right, I want to get my story out there about the fucking Beatles.
Although,
not going back.
I will say that one, the last one, was it Hard Days?
Hard Day's Night?
What was it, the song
Yeah.
that they kept singing?
Hard Day's Night. Oh, fuck. Get back.
Yeah, so
Get back.
I call a documentary Get Back, Get Back.
Because
Get
there
Back.
was 3 hours of that doc on Disney
Get
were
Back,
about that
Get
one
Back.
song.
But anyways, Ringo came off very well in that.
He did.
He
Man,
actually brought in one of the new blood kind of keyboard pianist or whatever that
Pianist?
completely refreshed the whole album and vibe and everything. That was Ringo.
He was
right?
cool. He was cool
Or
in
no,
the
that was
documentary. Now he's just dorky now, but you know.
Ringo seemed honestly like he was just there for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he seemed over everyone's bullshit. If you watch that doc, he was just over everybody's bullshit. Where he was just like, guys, can we just play?
Yeah,
I just want to play.
Yeah, he didn't
just
seem
wanna be the richest man in
thirsty.
the-
Right, exactly. Like he didn't seem thirsty or desperate or anything.
Yeah. Like Paul and John were thirsty and desperate.
Sure.
George was just kind of bananas and into Indian shit.
Yeah, and kind of a little bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In that one anyway, in the Get Back, Get Back, Get
He really
Back,
was.
Get Back, Get Back
Yep.
documentary.
Yep. I want to read what NBC News here. Their headline is for James Caan's death, and this is depressing to me.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get depressed. You want to?
Well,
Let's do it.
I
Go
want to hear
ahead.
your thoughts.
No,
all right?
bring it down.
Great actor.
Bring it way down.
I mean, a million amazing projects. He's
Totally.
a movie star for 50 years.
Was it Elf?
Yeah.
No. Are you serious?
James Caan, best known for his work in big screen classics such as The Godfather and Elf,
Now look,
has died at 82. Come on, man.
that's just his range.
Look.
They're just showing his range.
Brian's song,
His range.
man.
Name 3 James Caan movies, The Godfather not included, because obviously that's the lead.
Sure.
3 James Caan movies that deserve to be there over Elf.
So
Thank you, I can't.
The one that should be right underneath Godfather is Misery.
Okay, fair enough.
That
Okay.
is
Yeah.
that is an all-timer where
Sure.
I was in the theater when I saw it, and when that fucking axe handle came down on his leg, I was like, oh, like you could show me blood, slasher films, all that shit. It just seemed and looked real in his reaction to it with her standing
Even
over
you
him.
saying it gets
Yeah.
like a reaction.
God damn, dude.
Look at what IMDb
No, you're right.
highlights.
You're right.
So I'll go my top 3 James Caan. I'll go The Godfather. I'll go Misery. And Brian's song, dude, was just
Is that even on there, Bob?
Brian's song. I think he was.
Okay.
Did he win an Oscar? Was he nominated? I mean, it's obviously about
Caan has only been nominated
Dale
for 1
Sayers.
Oscar. And
what?
But Brian's song was a TV movie.
Ah, you're right.
So
You're
he was
right.
not-
That doesn't count. But did he get the Emmy for it?
He was nominated for an Emmy.
He didn't win.
No.
Fuck you.
What was Brian's song? The story was it a real?
Yeah,
story?
it was a true story. It was about Chicago Bears, this player. But man, it was just every man.
Sure.
It's one of those movies where you'll see your father cry, right?
Right.
Like Field of Dreams. It was like that, where it's just
Right.
like, oh man, just wrenching.
Okay.
And he didn't win for that. He was nominated, huh? Did he win any Oscars or Emmys?
He did not win any Oscars or any Emmys.
Fuck you,
Wow.
James Caan. Damn, dude.
Wow.
Damn, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up,
That's
dude.
really fucked up.
James Caan. I lived at the Playboy Mansion. Some would say that's better than an Oscar. You know?
Yeah, I think he got more out of it.
Oscar.
He got more out of it.
You know what's weird is like the next thing we were going to talk about was this obituary. I was like, fuck, dude. Fuck. Florida man posted a crazy obituary, and
Love it.
I'm going to read aloud. Guy had a sweet name, though, who wrote this. Larry Plaff, or Pflaff. It's Pfaff.
Is something silent there?
There's 3 F's in a 5-letter last name.
Larry.
How is that possible?
Faff, probably.
It's P-F-A-F-F. Faff.
Just say it. Just sound it out.
Larry Faff.
Larry Pafaff.
Larry Pafaft. Is it?
Like a Tootsami.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Imagine hearing that in class. Larry Pafaff, are you here? Pafaff.
Click, click, click,
Click function.
Anyway.
So his dad died. And
Okay.
he wrote an obituary, and he just went scorched earth on his own father, which is sweet.
Love it. Love it.
Says Pafaff is survived by his 3 children. No, 4. Oops, 5 children. Well, as of 2022, we believe there's 1 more that we know about, but there could be more. His love was abundant when it came to himself, but for his children, it was limited. From a young age, he was a ladies' man and an abusive alcoholic, solidifying his commitment to both with the path of destruction he left behind, damaging his adult children and leaving them broken.
Spoiled. Ungrateful little brat, right? No. That's real funny. Larry, there he is. Larry Wayne Pafaff.
Oh, you have it?
No, this might not be him.
Oh,
who
it kind of
cares?
looks like it might
That
be.
looks like a Pafaff.
That looks like a real Pafaff.
Yeah, put the Pafaff up there. Are you sure? Is there more than one Larry Pafaff in the United
'cause
States?
this guy died in 2020.
Oh.
well.
This guy died. This is not the abusive Larry Pafaff. This is a different, presumably kindly Pafaff.
Is that Pafaff's kid?
This is Pafaff's kid. This is the man who wrote
Oh,
it.
that's the guy who wrote it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I expected. That's what I expected.
Look at all the iron crosses on
Yeah,
the wall.
pop that pic up one more time.
He's a real Pafaff.
That looks like the guy you would see at
A ghost hunting tour?
Yeah, ghost hunting tour, or the best I can do is give you 50. You know, like he works
or like
at a pawn
storage.
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, storage wars guy, or like a pawn shop.
Sure.
Or he's in that show where they run moonshine in the mountains of like North Carolina and shit. Pafaff wrote the obit a year in advance. He said, and it was very therapeutic for him, which is nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, his therapist was probably like, just write, as an exercise. And he's like, meh, let's just do it.
So they interviewed this guy about it, and he goes, Pafaff spent more than 20 years working for the New York Police Department, but because of his alcohol addiction, his commanding officer took away his gun and badge, replacing them with a broom until he could get his act together.
Cool.
Pafaff.
Cool.
Damn it, dude.
A real cool guy.
Spokesman for the NYPD, though, refused to give comments. So, Pafaff is going to Pafaff, dude. But it's a sweet one. It's a sweet one. It's almost as sweet as Aaron Rodgers' new tattoo. This is the one that Jesse was waiting for. You've been waiting for this forever, right?
Okay.
For Aaron Rodgers to go full Aubrey Marcus, like let's complete the circle and do that. So he got his first tattoo, got a new contract for $250 million, and you can pop that on screen there, Bob. Look at that. So is that 2 lions staring at each other in the face?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's 2 sides of his soul. Really, there's the
Yeah.
angry lion on the left, and the calm,
Yes.
patient but still dangerous
Yes.
lion on the right.
Yes. The third eye, right? Open.
Oh, is there a third eye open? God damn it. It's so predictable.
What else, Dan, do we have?
What do we got there? Is that a fan underneath it? Underneath the
Some
sun
sort
setting
of-
over the ocean?
That's not a peacock.
It's some sort of Egyptian bird thing.
Right.
You
Just
got a
some
couple
kind of.
constellations up top.
Yeah, you bet. You bet he did.
This fills me with hate.
And then we've got now, and there's a scope on the whole thing, right? Is that what's happening?
No, that's sun setting. So like if
No,
like
no,
a sea
like it-
captain
like-
looking through a little eye, a little monocle there, he's observing the sunset over the sea.
No, this whole thing, it's sort of like how you measure like a globe or something like that. Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of like that.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
probably
The hemispheres.
reality.
Yeah.
Now this takes the what does your tattoo mean to the next level, right? So like I don't think your tattoo needs to be like a complete and total life story in one thing. Like I think it can just be like a lion or a lighthouse.
I hope he went into the tattoo artist and said, look, give me what you think is going on inside Kyrie Irving's mind. Like, just give me that, and we can do it. Because it looks like there's a flat earth there. And again, the directions of the latitude and longitude, and then the looking through the thing, it looks like a flat earth stitch.
Yeah, so this is more what I mean. Like, when someone asks you, like, what does your tattoo mean? He will be sitting there for, like, an hour being like, and then this means the ocean, like I'm looking at the ocean through like a small window and I can't really see, and then these are both my personalities, and then this constellation is when my mom was born and this is when my kid, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, I wasn't asked, I didn't really want an answer. I just wanted to talk to you because you're cute and you have tattoos, right?
Sure.
And I'm old.
The people that ask me about the lighthouse that I have are never people I want to talk to.
Exactly right?
But you knew that going in, right? When you got a lighthouse on your arm like that, going fully down your arm, you knew that was the conversations that would invoke in Austin.
Well, we kind of thought we've made fun of those people enough that like maybe that's gonna stop.
It's not.
Like, the dorkiest thing you can do is be like, what does your tattoo mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, what we were talking about earlier with the guy who was doing the underwater breathing thing, like, that shit is only going to continue. It is. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger because people are looking for other shit other than the news and politics and all that stuff, where they're like, man, I've got to try something or I'm going to hang myself.
But it's never like the cute girl at the bar that's like your age and awesome that comes over and asks what your tattoo means.
No, yeah.
You want her to.
It was my friend's, I guess the girl he was talking to. She was kind of unbearable. But she was just like, oh, what's your tattoo mean? And I just kept saying, oh, big Willem Dafoe fan. Yeah.
Yes. Or Robert
Cape
Patterson.
Fear.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fun and flirty. Look, the team's going to be awful this year, so at least the media is going to have something to talk about there with his arm. And good for him.
What would you say, though? Like, what would be your explanation if that girl that you wanted to talk to came over and asked, and you didn't want to, like...
Yeah, well, how do you describe it
what would
when you go back into the real world?
It doesn't need to be the real thing, but, like, what would
just
you...
going to come up with something. Well, lighthouses are just, a classic sign of hope in a time of hopelessness.
There it is.
Yes.
That works.
In a cloudy sea, looking off.
Direction.
Direction
This is my,
need. When you can't
my true
see
north.
where you're going.
Yes.
The lighthouse is there to guide
save you. Yeah. The light in the dark, all of that. I like that. That would work.
On every Texas State girl you ever talk to.
Yes.
It's like that level.
There it is.
Oh, that would work, though, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
If he did it seriously.
But Aaron Rodgers, like, that's some life coach shit. That's some peyote, ayahuasca. I only play football for the money. That's it at this point, right? Because that seems like what he wants his life to be.
Yep.
But he's like, if they're going to give me $250, like, then I could really go off the grid and go bananas.
Yeah, he should add some kind of like prison aspect to it. Because he's like a prisoner. Like maybe
prisoner in his own mind.
like a football in jail or something.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll happen. Yeah. For sure. But good for Aaron. You're turning into the person that we thought you were all along. And this is great. This is great.
He went to Cal.
I know. Yeah, it makes sense.
He's a Berkeley guy.
100%. It makes, like, all of it makes total sense.
Sure.
The weirdest part was his brother, because his brother was on, The Bachelor? Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like,
his brother's like a top
normal.
He's like a top 3 or 4 ESPN guy on college football broadcasts.
He's fine. Let's not give him that credit.
No, I mean like in terms of like priority for games. Like he's high up on the pecking order.
Well, look, there's been 2 bachelors on ESPN that have had a lot of success. Jesse Palmer and him.
Yeah.
So, good for him. They still don't talk. He doesn't talk to his family.
Well,
Strange.
we know now we have all our answers. Okay? You've been wondering, what happened with the family? Was it them? Was it him? It was him.
It's definitely him.
It was definitely him. He's
Definitely
unbearable.
him. Yeah. We crime corner today, James.
We do. I mean, we have it's eventually going to be a crime. The police were called.
Whoa. The police were called where?
Well, let's do the...
Yeah, let's do the theme song. Crime Corner.
Crime corner, a la Babathy.
Okay.
2 men caught fire in the Hamptons Goop store.
Whoa.
Gwyneth Paltrow store. Yeah.
They caught on fire?
Yeah. 2 guys caught on
Was
fire.
it intentional?
So 2 men allegedly caught fire in Hamptons Goop store last month, in the Hamptons one too. I don't know.
Shit.
In a blaze of murky origins. They reported that on Friday, they reported that candles ignited, maybe the vagina candles. They're not saying, but apparently rubbing alcohol was in the candles. So police responded to a strange scene at Goop on Saturday where 2 men had caught fire. They reported that rubbing alcohol had been added to candles, causing a large explosion and flames. Police were able to apply ice packs, but one man who had a large burn on his back and ears had to be taken by helicopter to Stony Brook.
Oh, that's no joke. If you're getting airlifted, you get fucking burned, dude.
Yeah, and then they both died. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, fuck.
So, you guys know how I like to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Get you all in and like laughing, and then
So they're alive.
they're alive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So naturally, questions linger, right? So why would a person put rubbing alcohol in a candle when rubbing alcohol is highly flammable, even when exposed to heat? So let alone open flames. So we're not. I mean, this is going to be an ongoing investigation, but someone else reported that their $75 "This Smells Like My Vagina" candle exploded and emitted huge flames at her house. But you're kind of just like, oh, did I do something wrong? Like, you never really go, oh, they added rubbing alcohol to the wax.
Right.
Hurting yourself via like gross user error with a candle is a fucking hilarious way to get hurt.
And like, you wouldn't ever think that it wasn't your fault, right? Like, you would just be like, oh, but these guys exploding in the store. So they were probably like there shopping or at some like event or whatever.
So it was at an event.
At an event, and they were standing next to a table of all the Smells Like My Vagina candles.
Sure.
And an explosion set them on fire. Fuck. And by the way, those 2 guys did not want to be there, right?
No,
they were there with wives, shit-faced, whatever. They're like, okay, I guess we're going to this Goop event. They don't even want to be there. Bam. Exploded.
My God, man.
This is a shitty way to...
I hate to bring this up.
Please.
Is there any way that this was intentional?
Which?
And maybe they wanted to catch on fire to get some money out of Gwyneth Paltrow.
So we're saying there's actually other instances where this candle has exploded.
I understand.
I think it was intentional.
This seems intentional. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I think happened was they were drunk
Sure.
at this dumb event.
Yeah,
And we're
hated it. Hated it.
Yeah.
It's the Hamptons. They're,
Sure.
they're shit-faced frat boys, basically.
Right.
And they're just like, this
is all speculation, by the way.
pussy candle, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's all speculation, but I hear that scenario as well. Yeah.
I've got it on my desk right here.
Right. So
This vagina smells like my candle. This was lit for hours one day. It's what it says. This smells like my vagina.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What?
You said this vagina smells like my candle.
Both can be true. Yeah,
Both
can be true.
Both.
And we had this lit for probably 6 hours that day. Didn't explode.
No explosion. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Maybe it's just like a certain batch. They added rubbing alcohol.
It smells great.
Too.
This is the best smelling candle I've ever probably owned. Really great. Really great.
Sure.
I don't know if that's a real vagina, what it smells like, but it smells fucking delightful. Maybe they just got too close to that, where they were like, "Man, how do I get this scent on my skin?" You know, and I got real close. Whole fucking thing lit up.
Yeah.
Do we have a picture of these guys? Because that would help
we
as
don't.
well.
It's an ongoing investigation, and Goop cannot even comment on it because
Sure, they can't because their lawyers said no.
Because yes, they will be sued big time.
Is that
time.
Gwyneth Paltrow around a vagina coronation of flowers right there? Is that what that's meant to be? That's certainly what it looks like. Ah, she's giving birth to herself. Now that's fun.
Yeah.
All the things she does are really fun now. I didn't really like her in the past, but now I like her, all her bullshit.
She's
and
really
it's great.
figured it out.
Yeah. I'm rich, you're not. Buy my shit or don't and get fucked if you can't afford it. Sorry you're poor.
Yeah.
Wait, like that's a choice that nobody's made.
Sorry,
No
my
one
vagina is better than yours.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's
ever made that choice.
Just be unapologetically rich.
Yes.
Like, you don't need to shove it in people's faces, but you apologizing for it doesn't do anything for me.
Sure.
No, exactly. Like,
I've
always said,
her and Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, I've said recently, like, we all gave her shit in the beginning. She didn't stop. I just don't even think she apologized for it. But she continues to put out the catalogs for the rich people and giving them, her recommendations on the richest people stuff to do. By the way, where else would rich people find rich people recommendations, right? Yelp is not going to give you, like,
right,
that place that's like super exclusive, very expensive, whatever. So where do those people go? And I feel sorry for them that they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel bad.
I think
but it's like they're just lost out in the world. Like, where do I eat? Like, what's the best sauna? It's like nobody's going to tell them.
Yeah, you need her. Whether you like it or not, you need her. Yeah. She's been there, you haven't. And then once you come into wealth, then you got to start following Gwyneth Paltrow. Be like, great, where's all that rich ass shit I missed out on all these years?
Right.
Where is it? Like Portnoy.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to go to like back issues of Goop to find like her favorite things. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to be old and you don't know what's going on. But yeah.
Yeah. And then you should start telling people like how rich you are and just be like, all right, great. You can make a negative comment about me, but I'm so fucking rich it doesn't matter.
Right. Is she the wealthy's Oprah?
Yes. Weirdly, I was just going to say, if you don't have money, go to fucking Oprah's favorite things, okay?
Yeah.
Because she really, it's not stuff that she would get, is it?
No.
Right? It's not stuff that she has in her house, is it? It's stuff that she thinks the poors would like, and she knows that they're going to listen.
Yeah.
And I will say that you're right. I mean, there's something really honest about Goop that's like, I fucking have this sauna. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just telling you to buy this because, like, I think that maybe it's like what you could afford and you would love it, and the company's sponsoring me. Like, she straight up is like, this, $5,000 imported marble mortar and pestle is at my house, right? Yeah. So there's something a little bit more honest and genuine about Goop.
Whereas Oprah...
Than Oprah.
Yeah, on her
I'm just one of you guys.
I'm one of you guys. On her big giveaway show, she pulls out a stocking. She's like, guess what we have?
Yeah.
A jar of Chick-fil-A sauce. And you're like,
Right.
Meanwhile, Gwyneth Paltrow is like, man, I've extracted oil from caviar. And there's a string of pearls at the bottom of the jar. It's only $4,000. What are you doing with yourself? Like, pour this on your steak, you fucking losers.
Yep.
And I like that. Craigers just dropped $200 and it says, this kind of rich. Come on, Craig.
Craig.
Come on, Craigers.
Craig's mad that other guy cucked him.
Yeah, dude. Rich.
Craig's
And that's
like,
what we like. That's what we like in the chat, right? For people to get
He removed that cuck.
About the amount of money that someone else is giving, right?
He removed that cuck is what he did.
Giorgio appreciates it.
Yeah, he removed that cuck. That's exactly what he did.
You remove that cuck.
And that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Just pull out the old wallet, remove that cuck.
Sure.
Otherwise, you got to kill him with your bare hands.
Right.
And then if that seems a little too messy for you, you got to pull out the old wallet.
Sure.
Get a couple hundos out of there and throw them on the table and let them see that dick of yours, Craig.
All right, so it's Craig against Peyton right now, and
Peyton Lockwood. I got a gift from somebody, but it's a little too much to open up right now.
Peyton's winning, Craig.
I got something. Let's see. Elizabeth Tipton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's open it.
You're gonna open a fully taped box.
Do we have a key? No.
On air.
I thought a pen cap would do it, to be honest with you, because it's only one strip.
Oh,
it's only one strip.
There we go.
Look at that. Some scissors.
Look at that on the spot.
Some scissors.
Johnny on the spot.
I don't know what you're talking about. He convinced the entire world that he had scissors for hands. Amber Heard. That's the best. I think it's the best line of the year so far.
You're talking about a man who convinced the entire world. He did not. He didn't.
I was convinced.
One of my favorite parts I was thinking about this the other day of Amber Heard's testimony was,
please.
She sounded like, and this comes from experience,
right?
Someone talking to the cops whose parents are lawyers, and they're just like using fancy lawyerish words they've heard to try and sound better. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like the most.
Oh no, they're like wrongly using like big words.
Yeah. To my knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you never talk that way when the cop comes. Yes, officer, to my knowledge, that was the incident in play. Yes. That is, I just heard that and I was like, I've spoken like that before when I was 14 and a cop was talking to me. Like,
for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Officer, not to my knowledge. I don't recall that being the case, right?
Yeah, I know what this is. This is nothing related to our show, by the way.
Okay.
But I'll share. Who cares? I've gone this far. I can't go back at this point.
Sure.
We're hoping the next batch after this one to print on cans, right?
Oh, okay.
But to do that, you have to order like millions of cans. There was a company that reached out and they were like, "Hey, we're the best at printing on cans. No one can beat our printing on cans." And to the point where I was just like, "Well, send them in. Send in a couple samples. It's great."
Sure.
These really are the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking A,
That's
dude.
printed on?
Yeah. Painted on. Amazing.
Wow.
This
See
one.
the other
I mean,
one.
Jesus, dude.
Look at the colors on
No,
that Digican.
Man, this would be expensive probably, but it's the best I've seen.
Well, they're not.
What's her name? Julia Tipton?
Something like
Elizabeth Tipton.
Elizabeth.
Nowhere near Julia Tipton. Tipton. Those are really nice. Yeah, if anybody could afford that, that would be crazy. But it looks like you're painting these individually.
Yeah.
By hand.
Yeah, probably not.
Which is amazing. I'm going to have to place a call after the show is over today and physically ask how this is done. Like, hey, how are you fucking doing this? Because this is amazing.
Right.
That's got to be a lot of physical labor there to do that. Beautiful cans. Way to go. Yeah. Proud of you guys at home to go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, leave a quick review. Again, that's all the advertisers care about. I don't care. Right. But the advertisers care. I barely read comments. I don't read them I like to read them in the chat.
Right.
But I don't read them after the show.
Oh, no.
Because it'll be
nothing
like
you
the worst
can do
show of all
about it
time.
then.
No,
yeah.
Nothing I can do about it then.
Yeah.
Go to Spotify.
Yeah, we look over, first of all, for you guys to be dueling with the amount of money that you're giving. Love that. But also, like, if there's a correction or something that we said wrong in that chat. But again, afterwards, can't do anything about it, so sorry.
Craigers threw another hundo, just saying $139, $69.99 is only $161.07 American. So he's the winner. I didn't know that Mr. Lockwood is from another country. I wonder what country he's from. That's fun.
CA?
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, Canada.
I know things and I'm really smart. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
We appreciate you tuning in, kids. Drinking Bros Fake News is up in an hour, usually at 2 o'clock Central. Hey, did Djokovic win, Bob? Do we know?
Today was the women's semifinals. Djokovic plays tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Let's go, fam.
He was on it. He didn't even need to look at anything.
Yeah, Bob is
he
in
had
his
that in the
fucking
noggin.
bag today, isn't he?
Yep, he had that right off the top.
Yeah, right off the top of the old dome for Bob. Bobby Three Sticks. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables and Ross Patterson, this is the Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.